and I had to work to keep eye contact with him and not grab the oars from whoever was holding them and row us away. "She will fail." His words fell from his mouth like a proclamation made of lead. I felt each of my guys tense next to me as his words sank in. Even my judges seemed offended that he would doubt me. "No, she won't," Knox growled behind me. "She will. Hell is already here. This mostly human girl will not be able to defeat the Norse goddess of Helheim," Karen said, waving his hand at me as though to dismiss any talents I had. "We are all here. For the first time in centuries, there will be a new ruler of the Underworld. Hell can try to take it from Poppy, but she won't succeed, especially not if we all support our new queen," Hunter said. His voice was low and quiet, but had just as big an impact as Knox's growl. "How did Hell get in?" Emmett asked. "Her dead helped her. She is in the palace now, trying to figure out how to claim the throne without the all-important blood of a descendant." Karen's tone made me think that he not only wasn't impressed with me, but also that he thought the whole descendant of Persephone and Hades thing was overrated. "And you did nothing?" Cassian demanded. "I am the eternal ferryman. What goes on beyond the shore does not concern me. The only reason I came over was to advise you that your rooms appear to be safe, from what I've seen, but the palace is not." Karen's dark orbs burned in the light as he directed his stare at Cass before cutting over to Knox, Emmett, and then Hunter. The original three simply nodded at him in what I assumed was thanks, or maybe a show of respect, or a combo. It didn't really matter. All I knew was that Karen rubbed me the wrong way. "Doesn't mean you should just let someone destroy your home." Shadow's voice sounded behind me. I turned in my seat, feeling a little more confident now that we had stopped moving, and looked with my guys. Hunter's warmth at my back made me feel secure and protected, even as I looked at the other 6 men who would lay down their lives for me. And wasn't that a scary thought? Ever since I had found Shadow, the last judge, I felt as if I had found my home, as cheesy as that sounds. "Don't test me, child, or you will end up in my river." "Karen, they don't mean any disrespect. They simply are new to our world," Hunter said behind me. When I looked over at Shadow, he was having a staring contest with my redhead. I sighed and shook my head before I gathered all the regal bearing I had, pulled myself up straight, and said, "It was lovely to meet you, Karen, but I would really like to be on solid ground soon." He simply nodded and pushed his boat away, using the long pole he had been leaning on. The boat seemed to distort in my sight, being long and short at the same time, the old gray wooden planks becoming shiny and new. Even the dull metal circles that ran along the side gleamed in the light for a moment. "Well, that was interesting," a voice muttered so quietly behind me that I couldn't tell who it was. "Karen is an ancient being. Don't take his threats lightly. This water is deadly to any living being, and yet he survives being splashed with it on a daily basis," Hunter said. "So he just threatened Shadow's life?" I asked, anger rolling through me as I turned to Hunter. He just nodded. "Let's get to the shore before I do something I regret," I ground out. I heard the paddles lift behind me, gently splashing the water as we began moving forward. The water rippled as we cut through it, except now instead of being enchanted by its beauty, all I saw was something harmful to the people I cared about. I knew logically the water wasn't out to do harm, but until we were all on dry land, I wasn't about to let my guard down. The glowing lights that I had first thought were stars no longer held the same fascination, and as I